Hi everyone, I'm back with another video, and today I wanted to go through all of my 2024 favorites, stationery favorites for the year. There's quite a lot, or actually I don't know if I would categorize that as a lot, but this year I tried really hard to hone in on the spending habits, especially because I didn't have a job this year. So it's really just coming back to what are my favorite items that I use every single year. But yeah, let's get started. I think I'll start with pens first. Well, there's quite a bunch. I don't know if I should just throw it all in the middle, or I didn't really think about it. Yeah, so I'll get started. So there's quite a few pens. I know I just said I tried to hone in on not buying a lot of things this year for financial reasons, but there are some new things that I've loved, and some good ones that have, the old but golds that have also come back. But I'll start. So I think this pen might be on most people's favorite lists. It's the Uniball one. I think this is the 0.38. I don't get any other size, so I don't know why I was hesitating. But this pen has been so good to me this year. Prior to this year, actually, I was a ride or die Zebra Sarasa 0.38 girl. But this year, when I went back home to Sydney, they were selling this at the Kinokuniya, and I bought one because I kept seeing it on Instagram, so I really wanted to know what the hype was about. I mean, I've used the regular Uniball ones before, but I wasn't really a fan of it, but I think I really like this for its size. I have small hands. If you can see, it's not that, it's the size of my hand, and I really like, it just fits well, and it's quite thick, and I really like that I really enjoy the thickness. I wanted to do writing tests just because I like doing a little swatch. So I have some, what brand is this? Campus paper here, but all right, Uniball. Sorry for the shaking. 0.38. There's usually no point doing this for like gel pens, but I have some fountain pens. I think it would be nice to show that. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty solid. I know it also, the thickness changes depending on whether or not I have like a shikashi, I think that's what the pencil board behind or not, because I noticed, especially when I wrote in my hon, if I didn't have the board behind the paper, it would come out a lot thicker. Don't know how the science of that works, gravity or something, but yeah, one of my faves for this year. Oh, let me see that there. Okay, the next one is the Zebra Sarasa. So this is the marble series I showed in my previous video, but I really only liked this color, mostly because I like the color combination. It's like a deep purple-ish into a blue, and I think they complement each other really nicely. I mean, these ones also look nice, but I think just for my color preference, this one really worked out. Let me put that back. So yeah, I used it. You can't tell that I used it, but I did use it quite a lot. Let me do a swatch. Zebra Sarasa 0.38. The color usually comes out, I don't know if it's the angle. Oh, that came out quite thick. Okay, it looks pretty one color. I mean, you can kind of see sometimes it goes in and out of the blue. But I think if I do, hold on, let me try this. Okay, I swear every other time I've used it, it's come out much more colorful, but just trust me. Yeah, another one that I really enjoyed this year. So everyone, I think most people know the Zebra Sarasa. I think this is the vintage series. There's a set of 5. I've been using these for maybe 3 years now in a row, and I love them. Especially the what color would this be? Like a yellowy. It's the name of the color on it. Anyway, this color of yellow, this shade of yellow, like mustardy yellow, deep mustardy yellow, and the purple. I've been really big fan of these ones, especially because I think the color combination, but also just the richness of the color, especially this yellowy one, really speaks to me. Like really, I love it. So in my personal journal setup, the yellow usually represents like financials or anything money related, and the purple one I use for personal. Let me see, Zebra. The color just comes out really nice. 0.5. Like, wow. It's so pretty. Yeah. I apologize for the shaking. But yeah. The color, I really love this yellow so much. It's like an orange yellow. I'm gonna find out what the actual name for the color is, but it's very rich and I just love that. And then next, so this is where I hold most of my fountain pens. So here I have my very first fountain pen. Actually no, this is not my very first fountain, but the very first fountain pen that I used on the regular all the time. And this is the Lamy Safari in extra fine, and I don't remember the ink. I think this is the Robert Oster, which I also have on my favorites, which I was supposed to show for this video, but I guess these kind of go together. I'm gonna be so embarrassed if this isn't the Robert Oster Sydney Darling. I'm pretty sure it is. But yeah, no, I really love this pen this year. It's just it's cheap, or it's on the cheaper side, and it's really easy to use, and it's a great beginner fountain pen. I mean, I've been in the hobby for a few years now, but I still consider myself a beginner. And most of the pens that I own are more beginner type pens, because it's just difficult for me to take up a new hobby like fountain pens and not want to, go crazy onto the really technical or like deep end of fountain pens. But yeah, let's do a swatch. I keep moving paper in and out. Okay, Lamy. I also love the scratchiness. I'm not sure if my phone picks up the scratch, but when you write on it, I love how it sounds on the paper. I'm not sure if it changes depending on the texture, because this campus paper is quite waxy, so it's quite smooth. I'm not sure if that impacts the scratchy sounds. I'm pretty sure this is the Robert Oster ink. Yes, I am definitely sure this is the Robert Oster ink, and it looks really nice. Might just keep this here if I'm going to keep writing. Yeah, and then the next one, this is the Sailor Prophet Junior, and the ink is Taisho Roman. Taisho Chic is what it's called in English, I think. And it's a nice, I think this is also another green, and I really like greens. But yeah, this one I got for Fountain Pen Day at PW Ackerman. And I was trying to look for, is this Sailor? Yeah, I was trying to find a Sailor pen that wasn't gonna break my bank account, because I think most Sailor pens are quite expensive, but I really wanted to try the brand. So I found this one. I saw videos on a really cute, I don't remember the character, but it was a collaboration between Sailor and one of the Japanese characters, and they were so cute, and they had such cute colors, but it was sold out everywhere. And that was also more on the more accessible, cheaper end for fountain pens. But yeah, anyway, I found this one and I wanted to try it because it was also on sale. And I really like it. It's really nice. I think because I have this Lamy Safari inked, I'm not pushing to use this one. Also, I'm so upset because when I inked it, the ink went through, I don't remember what this part of the pen is called, but it leaked through here, and I think it's okay. I'm not going to use a different ink for this pen, but this kind of bums me out when I look at it. Sailor Prophet Junior. I think this is a medium fine. And what's interesting to me is I kind of think the EF and the MF are similar. So I'm really I'm curious as to what a Sailor extra fine looks like, because to me medium fine, this is already quite fine, but it's good for I don't think I've written in Japanese in this pen yet, but I imagine medium fine is still good enough to write Japanese letters. But yeah, no, I really like the design too. When I initially got into fountain pens, I really liked this more modern looking, more similar to the Lamy Safari, this modern look to the pen. But I'm also really enjoying, I wouldn't say this is completely traditional, but a more traditional and traditional pen looking type design. Like, I'm really enjoying it. It just feels a bit classic. I really like that. What's next? I'll do this one. So I bought this one, I think I talked about it in my previous video, but I bought this at the Dutch Pen Show and it was also on sale. I also bought it from PW Ackerman. It's the Kaweco Art Sport. And I honestly did not know the difference between most of the pens, but I originally bought the nib in medium, but then I bought the fine, the fine nib online. I wanted to try the EF as well, but I think I didn't want to have too many pens that were just in extra fine, and I wanted to see what a fine was like, because I think most of my pens that I owned were also just in the extra fine range. And I think this one is using the Sailor Shikiori Yozakura, which was also on my favorites list. I love the look of this ink. I bought it on a whim before I had bought all of these fountain pens this year. I was just really in love with the shade of purple. Let me do a little switch. Kaweco Art Sport fine. The fine is pretty fine. I mean, it's a bit thick, but I like it, you know. But one thing I've experienced with this pen, which did not happen when it's for the camera, it always works. I think it's called spotting, or no, when you write and then suddenly the ink just doesn't come through anymore. I don't remember what the term for that was. But yeah, no, sometimes I'd be writing something more long form and then the ink would just run out. So, and I'd have to do a bit of scribbling before the ink comes back. If you happen to know what that is all about, I'd love to know in the comments. But yeah, no, I really love the ink for that. And then finally, my everyday girly, my everyday pen, the Platinum Preppy. I used to use her before a few years back when I was doing, especially when I was using Hobonichi Daily Free and I would write my morning pages. This was a really good pen to use just for my stream of conscious writing. And I just love, one thing I don't love is when I write with this pen and then use a ballpoint pen, and you can see how a bit more diluted or washed out the black is for this pen. Like, it's not like the truest black ever, especially compared to, you know, when I write with this one, and then you kind of compare the blacks. But it's fine overall. If I only use this pen and it's the only black I see, then it's not a problem. What is it? Platinum Preppy. But I really love this pen this year. This is also 0.2 EF02. Yeah, it's so easy to write with. Like, this is, and it's so cheap. How did Platinum manage to do this? It's crazy. I love it. Like, this is a big, I know out of all the pens, this is honestly probably still my favorite one out of all of them, just because of how, like, the value, how thin, how fine the nib is, and the overall writing experience. For me, it's just perfect. But yeah, I'll put these all back. I think that's all for the pens. Oh, sorry. Fountain pen here, fountain pen, fountain pen. That's it. Nice. Okay, next I want to do pouches or like pencil cases. There's only two, so I've got this one. Everyone who knows me knows that Peach is my favorite character ever. I mean, okay, so I say A Peach, but I think in the Korean and the Japanese reading, it's like A Peach, not A Peach. I'll say A Peach because it sounds it sounds more normal. But yeah, no, this is kind of, it only fits a few pens. It's quite small. It doesn't have anything in it right now because I take everything out when I'm at home. But it holds a good 4 or 5 pens and a ruler. And it's really just great if you want to take something small out. And I think I bought this in Japan. Yeah, I've had it for about like 5 years, I think. But it's just really handy, and I love how compact and small and cute it is. So that's one of my favorites. And then my second favorite one is the, I think, is this, like, that's 3 eyes, right? Like the Pip tool pen case. Yes, I'm a fan of Jujutsu Kaisen, and Kento Nanamin and Gojo are my favorite characters. I bought this a few years ago, and I kind of use it if I want to go out somewhere and I just want to carry a bit more than what I can fit in my A Peach pencil case. I like that it's clear, so I can add, you know, cute things like these. Also, the artist is L Strikes Art, and I'll put a link to their shop or to their Instagram page in the description. What do I have in here right now? I haven't used it in a while, but oh, I actually have quite a few things in here. I think I was using it for storage to hold some stuff. Oh, I did Oh, this is where this is. I was trying to look for this actually because the taiyaki is on my desk, but I couldn't find this. So good to know. I found it. What else is in here? I just have some stationery sitting in here. Oh, I transited at Hong Kong airport and I bought some of these keychains. I love melon soda, sorry, lemon soda. So I think it's really cute. Yeah. What else have I got in here? I've got some wipes. Always carry some, oh, this is from when I was flying. Yeah. It's always handy to have these. And I also have some tabs, A-Peach tabs as well. You can tell I love pink and A-Peach. Also, oh, there's some Travelers keychains in here. Okay, well, interesting. Anyway, yeah, this is what I just, if I want to carry, you know, a few more pens, like if I want to do some drawing outside, with colors, I'll just put it all in here and use this as my takeout pencil case. Yeah, that's very nice. And I like that they have this little, so you can, this little hole so that you can put a keychain on it or whatever. So that's that for pouches slash pencil cases. Oh, I guess I would also add this from Muji. There's quite a few artists on here. This one's Cheyenne Barton. This one is oh my, they're also a Sydney-based artist. But I forgot their name. There's quite a few artists here. But some other ones are just like commercial stickers from Japanese stores, like the Kirby one. This Evangelion Asuka one is from a Daiso collaboration. Yeah, and I'd also consider this Muji pencil case a favorite of mine since it's a good place to hold your stuff. Okay, stickers. Actually, no, I'll do planners slash notebooks, binded things. So I know in my previous video I did not give it good reviews-ish, but I'd say it's a favorite on the basis that I used it a lot this year and I was happy with it, aside from the poor paper quality. So these are kind of my commonplace journals. I give them a different name just because I think I said this in my previous video as well. If I call it a commonplace, I'm not gonna commonplace. Like it's gonna go away. You know, like my motivation for, I don't know what it is about labels that make me feel I can't commit to things. But it's really just my assorted ideas. I guess this one's more of a brain dump and this one's more assorted ideas. But this one's finished and I wrote quite a bit in it. I read Yellowface, and I had a lot of thoughts about that. I watched Arcane. I was crying about Arcane, so I had a lot of thoughts about that. I do a bunch of like brain dumping and studying in here, but yeah. And this one, it was more of my organized thoughts about things. Yeah, so it looks a lot better. Yeah, but no, I really enjoyed using these. I think one thing I've really let go of this year is the book doesn't have to be expensive or, you know, just write in it. Like if you have it, just write in it. And I've really let go of, you know, I have to buy a new planner so I can start all over again, to, you know, to do whatever I needed to do. But now I'm really I already own it. Let me just write in it, which I think is really good, especially since I haven't been working. So I'm really making use of what I have already. And just, I think once you initially start writing in something, it's a lot easier to keep going as opposed to you left it blank. but it doesn't work for you because you haven't started. I'm not sure if people are understanding if you can understand what I mean, but I think like the scariness of starting something, yeah. But no, this has really worked for me this year. I'm gonna go to washi tapes / stickers and stuff. So I'm a big fan of Travelers Company, and I really liked their Tokyo edition release this year. I've used some of them, but okay, I've also been good about wanting to use stickers, but this sticker is like, I love melon soda and I love the illustration of a melon soda, so I never ever want to use this, but I want to show it somehow because I want to make my whole personality melon soda. But no, I really liked this sticker set, and I plan on using these a lot more for next year and hoping I can just put them on stuff, except for this one. I want to treasure it, you know, which kind of feels like antithetical, the antithesis of what stickers are for, but yeah. I also really like these have a nice trip stickers that came with the limited edition for this traveler's notebook. I just really love the company is so good at making these nostalgic / really, I hate using the word aesthetically pleasing, like these really, I think they have the aesthetic that they're going for, like really honed down to a craft, and it works really well. Like typically I wouldn't say that this is the kind of style that I'm attracted to graphic design wise, but it really works for Travelers Company, so I love it. I hope that passion extends to everyone else who's also a part of, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people also really like the design, but for me, when I look at it initially, I'm like, oh, that's a bit traditional, I'd say, maybe, but I like how bold it is, and I think I've really come to love the design because their branding is so consistent, and I really like that. Yeah, so those also are really good. Oh yeah, so I did have an Hours Studio order this year, and I've never bought from them before, and I bought these PET tapes. I don't remember the name of this one, but I think this one is the Wayfarer PET. But I love it. I've used them a lot. I actually really like this one. I only opened this one recently, but I wish I opened it sooner because the designs are so beautiful. I also saw that the Common Corner also uses this set because I recognized a lot of the PET tape sticker washi. I don't know what, like these are stickers, right? That they had in their journal. But I'm a big fan of Hours Studio. I'd like to support them more, but it's really difficult for me to buy things that are outside of the EU because I really don't want to pay for the import tax. But yeah, no, these are big favorites of mine, and I've used them in my Hobonichi Con quite a bit, and I use them in my travel inserts as well. I want to do a brand shout out, I guess. Yeah, brand shout outs for High Tide. So I'm a big fan of High Tide, and their graphic design consistency. Like I really love the style of it. It's bold colors, very like line art style. I have more High Tide, sorry. I just completely blanked even though I said their name, the brand name 5 seconds ago. More High Tide things, but I truly love this. Okay, I've only used 2 of the stickers, but this sticker series just made me laugh so hard. It's just so happy. Like, I love staring at it. And then I bought this in Dusseldorf a few days ago at one of their stationery stores. I was thinking of putting this on my traveler's company, but I'm not sure yet. But I really want to shout out this brand because I really love that all of their stickers look so good. I have some more somewhere, but I can't find it. But the High Tide brand, I was also really leaning into maybe using one of their planners for next year. But I decided to go with Traveler's Company. But yeah, no, brand shout out. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I really love High Tide. I think they'll become one of my favorite like stationery brands to come out in the past few years or gain notoriety in the past few years. I just realized I went through notebooks and I had more notebooks. Okay, well, let me do a little addendum. So I'm really into this year. I really fell into passport size things, and I didn't think I would be because I just never got into it. I've had passport size things before many years ago, but it fell through. But this year I really wanted to try again for some reason. Like, I really like the sticker release in the passport size because it's still compact, but you can fit quite a lot of things in it. So I really like that. And I also tried this new thing this year where I was trying to illustrate food. I didn't get very far, but I want to continue this for this year. And I was inspired by Job's journal because I saw him doing illustrations in this format. So shout out and proper credits to Job's journal for inspiring me to do it as well. I really want to keep going with this. I've been on and off consistent. But I like to backlog or backfill and catch up. Also to increase my illustration skills. Also, I'm really bad with colored pencils. Like, shading is so bad. But I'd like to get better, and I think this is one way for me to get better. And then I've only started doing this recently, but I just use this blank refill passport to write when I go on trips within the EU or wherever I'm traveling. It's just easy for me to write down what we did, so I don't have to bring when I come back home, I can just document it really easily. But yeah, no, this is definitely passport. I really want to get a cover for this, but when I get a job that's kind of one of the first things I'd want to get with my first paycheck. Is a passport cover to hold my passport inserts. For this next one, I want to do a brand shout out. It's not a brand, it's a person. I have a lot of their things, but this is only a few of the things that I own, but I want to shout out to Cheyenne Barton. Consistently every single year, or maybe for as long as I've been subscribed to her channel and her Patreon, I have loved Cheyenne Barton's work, and they might be one of my most favorite she is a small artist since she works alone, but she's quite popular within the art community, I'd say. But I really adore her work very much. So I have a lot of their stuff. So I use a lot of her notebooks. She did a sale on her Patreon to kind of let go of a lot of the old stock that she had from her store, and I went crazy during that release, and I managed to get quite a lot of things. But I'm a really big fan of them, and I use a lot of their stuff. I love their stickers, and I use like this pad. I've used maybe half of the pages already. I use it a lot just to put down my thoughts and stuff. But no, I really want to shout out this artist because they're one of my favorites of all time. So if you would love to check them out, I'll have the links in the description. So I think now is kind of like the miscellaneous and the other things, the others. So I want to start off with the Kodak Mini 3 Retro. So I print a lot of photos using this. This photo was not printed with that. It was printed with the Instax, which I've been using for maybe like 5-ish years or more. But I bought this one last year and I've been using it quite consistently, and I really like it because the image is a lot bigger. Like they produce bigger images, and if you just collage it, then you can get like nice square photos. And it's a lot clearer. I find that the images that come out of here are a lot clearer than the ones that come out of the Instax, because these ones become a bit blurry and they don't really do well with lots of colors going on. But I find that this one has a more photo or like realistic quality for images. So that's one of my favorites. Another one is the index clips. I have no idea how I've gone my entire stationery loving life without these index clips. They are so good. I only bought these like last week actually, and I've only been using them for the past few days, but I love how lightweight and small it is. And it seems like it doesn't crinkle the paper, because I used the Travelers Company ones, and I think those they crinkle the paper quite a bit, especially if you leave them on for a long time. But I really love these. I bought these in Dusseldorf. But yeah, no, I love them. They're so great. On the etc., I guess clips. Can't go wrong with clips. Oops, sorry about the noise. So I bought this one when I was on exchange in Japan in 2019 at the Nintendo store in Shibuya. That Parker, that Nintendo store opened that same, like that, one of the months that I was living in Tokyo. And it was crazy. Like that opening was crazy. But yeah, no, from the Nintendo store, and then just the typical traveler's notebook, brass. And I bought this one last year, but I've been using it a lot because it's so strong. Like the clamp really holds. And these ones are kind of like, they're good for small things, but if your planner becomes really bulky, it doesn't hold anymore. So I use this one to like really keep the page open, and I really love these. And I'm trying to do this thing, or I hope to do this thing where I don't buy any more, clips like ever for the rest of my life. So I'm hoping I can stick with these 3 until I die. But yeah, I guess that's all for my stationery favorites this year. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please let me know. I really enjoyed making videos for the past few weeks, and I've been trying to be consistent with it. So yeah, I hope you all have a good New Year's and had a good Christmas, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.